All right, hey guys, back for another week, another video. Today we're going to be going over what is the Wounded Warrior Project and how what that means to me, how that has affected my life, how I've seen that in my life, and sort of explore what it is and see it by the end of it if you'll have a new understanding and maybe feel to give in some way to that project. So imagine dedicating your life to serving your country only to return home and to face a new battle, one of recovery, one of mental health struggles, adjusting to this new life, almost like being in a prison for 100 years and coming out and everything's changed. For thousands of wounded veterans, this is their reality. So, as a member of the United States Army and someone who understands the challenges that these veterans face, it is important to have organizations like this, whether we're dealing with the Wounded Warriors, K9, Till Valhalla projects, all of these different projects is huge because, looking out for our veterans, looking out for, the sacrifice that they made is huge. So, what is the Wounded Warrior Project or WWP? So, this is a life-changing nonprofit that provides essential support to injured veterans. And today I want to persuade you to get involved or to even donate to this cause. So, we're going to go over a few objectives of this is to, know what is the Wounded Warrior Project? What does it do? What impact does it have on veterans and their families? And how can you help? So what is the Wounded Warrior Project? It was a project founded in 2003, and it's a nonprofit that helps post 9/11 veterans who suffer from physical injuries like PTSD, or other service-related challenges like, if they lost a limb, arm, anything like that. These programs and services that they offer include physical and mental health support, which provides therapy. They can get counseling, rehabilitation. Like if they had to get a limb or they got paralyzed, they can regain function, stuff like that. They offer career and financial assistance. They'll help you find a job. They'll help your wife, dependents, husband find jobs, and they'll give you that a peer support group, connects you with veterans and other people who are going through that or have gone through that or that's their job. They'll connect you with those people. You know, it's a huge thing. And if you want any more of this, you can find this at the Wounded Warrior Project website, and there is more information at the VA's website for Veterans Affairs. So, some statistics that I found while looking at the Wounded Warrior Project's website is that over 52,000 service members have been physically wounded since 9/11, which is that's a lot. I know it doesn't seem like a lot if you look at World War II, that's a lot, and more than 500,000 veterans suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder or traumatic brain injuries, which is another that's huge. So, what impact, does this have on our veterans, our brothers and sisters, sons and daughters, husbands, mothers, husbands and wives? So, I knew a veteran, his name was John, and he suffered from PTSD. And later on, he was able to regain control of his life and his functions and the support he needed through the Wounded Warrior Project. And I remember talking with him, time after time when he was, getting back from Afghanistan and all that stuff and the traumatic injuries, of seeing people he loved getting killed and blown up. And, it helped him was a huge thing in his life. And then another thing I wanted to go over the success rates that I also found on the Wounded Warrior projects on their annual report. So, and it's crazy and it's awesome to learn about that 80% of veterans in the project programs report an improved quality of life. And then the project also has provided over 40,000 mental health sessions for struggling veterans, which is huge. And they've been rated for, since they began, for highly transparent, a lot of transparency and effectiveness within these nonprofit evaluations, like compared to other nonprofit organizations. So, one of the last thing I'm going to cover is how can you help? If this changed you or if you want to help anyway, there's many ways you can help. Not even, you don't have to spend a dime, just awareness itself. But, you could donate, even a small donation goes towards rehabilitation programs, the career training and counseling programs, and just, a little bit helps. Fundraising, they offer fundraising like 5Ks, lifting days on Veterans Day, Memorial Days, they offer things you can post, even like that, or go on hikes or walks to support them. You can volunteer at local events or assist in the veterans in your community, which is huge and supports them. And then just spread awareness, the remarkability, spread the word of mouth about who they are and what they do. So another thing we're going to go over is we're going to look at, sorry, we're going to look at a little thing I found. Um, Here we go. We're going to go look at it. So this is a little slideshow I found of what the Wounded Warrior Project is. I'm just going to go over it quickly. So it just sort of goes over what the Warrior Project is and like what their core values are, like fun, integrity, loyal, innovation, service, which, if we think of what that means, this is huge because you want those core values. You want to have fun. You want to make sure you have that integrity, that loyalty to your customer. You want to continue to move forward and find better ways, and you want to make sure you provide great customer service. So, what they offer, and this is we sort of went over, is mine. They want to go over the combat stress recovery. Project Odyssey was a huge one for outdoor rehabilitation. And then they restore their online tool to teach members about invisible wounds, like, the 22 days, suicide, PTSD, things we can't necessarily see. And then they have retreats, family support care, and a crew that helps online and in person. This goes over some programs they offer, which the body, they offer physical recovery, adaptive sports. They can get in sports groups within almost like college sports groups. And then they give out backpacks filled with care items that are made by volunteers. This is just some other stuff. I'm going to go over what they offer. Campus services, track, which education center, that is a 1-year program. They have academies that they'll send you to, and then the transition into civilian workforce after your service. And then they have other engagements, like the alumni benefits, international support, peers, different speaks where they can speak out and learn. And then, these warriors, our soldiers, are able to work at least 4 hours a day. Um, and then, they put them in a very professional settings, and just stuff like that. And then, what's the benefit of this? You get labor, you get more disposal awareness. The warriors are able to put experience on their resume as an alternative experience, teaches them warrior skills, and helps them with rehabilitation and supporting the warfighter. So, sorry. Let's get back to Zoom. All right. So now we're just going to get back to that. So, what the Wounded Warrior Project is something that is changing veterans' lives and helping to rebuild families and veterans after their service. So I ask you, today to visit the Wounded Warrior Project's website, learn how you can help in any way. Every little bit of support matters. Whether it's a donation, volunteering, or just spreading awareness in general, you can make a huge difference in someone's life, a veteran's life, our sons and daughters' lives. Our veterans have answered the call to serve us. So now it's our turn to serve them. And then where you can find some of this information is woundedwarriorproject.org, va.gov, and charitynavigator.org, and some additional mentions that I just want to go over. Is K9 for Warriors, the Till Valhalla Project, the Fund.org, the Gary Sinus Foundation, and the missioncontinues.org, which are all huge. And I just ask you to support your veterans. Remember the sacrifice that they made for us and make that same sacrifice for them. Thank you.